Hey everyone, welcome to this week's blog post. Today I'm taking you inside my world because I just received an email from a client with a question that I think you might have. Jen wrote to me saying, I'm so nervous, but also feel like I've prepared as much as I can. I feel like that might be a good blog post, like you've prepared for a big event and are ready for it, and yet the jitters seem inescapable. How do you get in the right mindset? Great question, Jen. Well, first let me tell you a little bit about Jen. Jen and I have been working together for the past couple months on this multi-team training that she's going to be facilitating today. And the program that she's designed, that we worked on together, is absolutely amazing. She has beautiful opening remarks that are really going to welcome everyone and get them settled into the day and jazzed about what they can expect. She's worked on the transitional moments in between various panels and activities to really keep the momentum going and keep people engaged. And we've worked on those closing remarks so that she ties the whole thing up with a bow and makes people feel like they really got a satisfying experience and some really practical takeaways that they can start implementing tomorrow in their various roles. So Jen's going to be amazing. She has it all down. She's ready to go. She's prepared. But it's the morning of, and she's feeling nervous because she's a human being. I do this for a living. I speak to people one-on-one, small groups, large audiences all the time. I feel nervous every single time. But the thing about me is that at this point in my career, I have a completely different relationship to nervousness than I used to have. I used to dread it, just completely hate that uncomfortable feeling of, oh my God, how's this going to go? All these eyes are going to be on me. Am I going to deliver? Am I going to be able to remember what I prepared? All the questions you probably have when you've done that level of preparation and you're walking into that situation. And here's the thing. If that wasn't happening, if you weren't experiencing some level of nervousness, I'd really have two choices. First, I'd call you a liar if you told me you weren't nervous, because it's neurobiologically impossible not to experience nervousness when you're walking into a situation like that. And I'll tell you exactly why in just a moment. But my second choice would be that I'd have to call 911 if you weren't experiencing nervousness, because there'd be something extremely wrong going on with your physiology if your body wasn't being flooded with adrenaline and some of those cortisol hormones, some of those stress chemicals. Because when you know you're about to be the center of attention, your fight or flight mode is immediately turned on. You're putting yourself in a situation where other people are judging you, picking you out of a crowd. This, for your lizard brain, is a very dangerous situation to be in. So that's why your body starts getting flooded with all of these hormones that make you feel so nervous and uncomfortable. And I have a lot more to teach about managing that exact physiological crisis of feeling like you are under attack, even though you're just walking in to give some sort of speech or pitch. And if you could use any coaching tips, tools, keep looking out for those blog posts, because I'm going to be covering a lot of that in these next couple months. Or if you could really use some hands-on coaching, some practical targeted tips, how you specifically could work with your own physiology to manage nervousness, definitely check out our one-on-one coaching packages. I'd be happy to help you in any way I can. But I want to tell you how I responded to Jen today, the morning of, about to go in there and give it her all. The first thing I reminded her is to take up space. There are so many studies out there. At the top of the list is probably Amy Cuddy's TED Talk on power poses, about how just by taking up space, by physically owning the space around you and imagining yourself really filling the space, neurobiologically, your lizard brain, the one that's in that fight or flight mode, is going to pick up on that signal and feel a lot more empowered and in control than it would if you were shrinking and getting smaller and kind of evading the situation. So definitely think about taking up space. My mentor, Kara, who really solidified this idea for me, thinks of herself as glowing, of really taking light pouring off of her. So whatever version of taking up space, of glowing, of really expanding as you're walking into this situation is absolutely gonna send that signal to your lizard brain to chill with some of those hormones it's flooding your system with. The other thing is to be really aware of the tension in your body. When we're nervous or uncomfortable, we tend to squeeze the nervous or discomfort as a measure of self-protection. And I want to encourage you as much as you can to take a minute, maybe several minutes before you're walking into that situation, to take a body scan and just release that tension. Again, that's going to send a really important signal to that lizard brain that you don't need to tense up and self-protect, that you can absolutely release and be present in this situation. And the last thing I reminded Jen of is that as much as she can flip her focus from how she's doing to really focusing on the people that she's speaking to, by using exactly who she is, which is a really warm and caring and welcoming human being, the more she can focus on taking care of really seeing and welcoming and energizing the people she's speaking to, the less brain space she's going to have left over to focus on how she's doing, and the more fulfilled she'll feel in the moment, the more connected she'll feel to the people that she's speaking to, the people that she's trying to reach. So a little exercise I do there is to think about what are some of your core strengths, some things that you know, qualities you know you can rely on in any situation. So for me, I know I'm a really empathetic human being. I'm really tapped into how people around me are feeling, how they're doing, and I can pick up on that pretty easily. And if that quality of mine, empathy, could speak, if it had a slogan, it would say something like, I see you, I'm here for you. And so the advice I gave Jen and the advice I'd give any of you is use that slogan as you're launching into whatever it is that you're talking about, as if it's the subtext of what you're saying. I'm here for you. So let's say I'm kicking the day off and I say, hey everyone, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks so much for showing up. I know it was quite a lot to get you all here today, but we have a really great program. Now, that whole time I was just thinking, I'm here for you. I care about you. As opposed to if I let that subtext go, I'd probably come across more like this. Hi everyone, thanks so much for being here today. I know it took a lot to get everyone here and settled, but we have a great program. And do you see how I've disconnected? I'm no longer linking who I am and what I can give to people to the way that I'm speaking. I'm just speaking. So really get intentional and conscious about connecting with people from the very beginning. It's such a win-win. People are going to feel more connected to you, more engaged with you, and you're going to feel more connected to them and less involved in your own nervousness. Again, I got a lot more on this subject, so keep a lookout for more blog posts coming. But for now, remember those three things. Expand, own the space, release the tension, and connect and engage with people from the very beginning. I'd love to see some of your comments down below. So if you could tell me how you could put some of these tools into action, I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to support you in any way I can. So if you could benefit from some coaching, from just some emailing back and forth about what you might be going through, feel free to email me at mystory@selfspoken.com, and I'll get right back to you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.